Harrisburg's very own Pastor John Page, so he can do the opening prayer. He is a Hackensack native, and we are glad to have him here with us today. If you guys give him a round of applause, that'd be great. Thank you, thank you. Here you go, sir.
Excellent. Why don't you give yourselves a round of applause as well? What a beautiful day it is out here to come together for this wonderful occasion of Juneteenth and community and fellowship. We want to thank all the officers and leaders and those who keep us safe, of course the mayor of the city, for allowing this kind of program to go on, and we're just so glad to be in this community. Let me offer up a word of prayer, shall we? If you bow your heads, if you don't mind. God, we ask that you would just continue to bless us this day. We thank you for this wonderful weather. Thank you, Lord God, for everything that is going on. We remember those who are continuing to fight the fight of oppression, who continue to fight the good fight, Lord God, against those things that try to continue to keep us down. But we understand that Juneteenth is a day of freedom. It's a day, Lord God, that those who came together who were oppressed continue with fortify. Continue, Lord God, with prayer until they got the freedom that they want. We ask that you will continue to keep that spirit with us, spirit of unity, spirit of freedom. This is our prayer in the name of Jesus Christ. We do pray the people of God set together. Amen and amen. And enjoy yourself this day.
Again, thank you again, Pastor John Page. All right, so we're going to move towards the Pledge of Allegiance, so if everyone can face our great American flag in that direction, and I will start off the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone knows, hand over your heart, and I will begin.
I'm honored and proud for our second anniversary of raising the Juneteenth flag. As my people said, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
All right, everyone, if you can cast your gaze to my left and see the raising of the black national flag under the United States of America flag. And if you guys can give a round of applause to our wonderful team over there who's raising the flag, that'd be very appreciated. A round of applause for flag raising, everyone. We want to acknowledge that. So at this time, I'm going to start off with our first refreshment break. We are also going to be doing raffles for the summer camp program this year. So you guys don't mind, grab yourself some refreshments, take a brief break, and we will start back up at 12:05. If you guys can hear me, we'll start back up at 12:05.
1865. It was on June 19th that the Union soldiers, led by Major General Gordon Granger, landed in Galveston, Texas. He landed there with the news that the war had ended and that all slaves were free. Now note, that was 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. The proclamation legally declared that all persons held as slaves in the rebellious states are and henceforth shall be free. The proclamation did little impact on Texas due to the minimal number of the Union troops to enforce the executive order, which is order number 3. However, with the surrender of General Lee in April of 1865 and the arrival of General Granger's regiment, the forces were finally strong enough to influence and overcome the resistance. Now, there are later attempts to explain why the 2.5-year delay. Some say the messenger was killed on his way to Texas. Others say news was deliberately withheld by the slave masters so that they could continue to have the labor force. And then there's a third version that actually states the federal troops actually waited for the slave owners to reap benefits of one last cotton harvest before going in to enforce the Emancipation Proclamation. Again, we have to remember, this is Texas, it's hot, they've been slaves 2.5 years after we were free. For Americans, and particularly Black Americans, we should be proud. This is part of our heritage. This is American history, and we must continue to tell the story of Juneteenth. It is American history, and it is African American history. Now, Juneteenth has a flag. If you were here earlier, I'm sure you saw the flag when they did the flag raising. The flag was created by the National Juneteenth Observance Foundation in 1997. It was revised in 2007. The flag stands for American freedom. It's a symbol of all Americans have the opportunity. It gives all Americans the opportunity to recognize American freedom and African American history. It is a flag that represents the Star of Texas, bursting with a new freedom throughout the land and a new horizon. It represents new freedom, new people, and a new star. Juneteenth is created with the American colors red, white, and blue. So I say to you again, Juneteenth, that is June 19, 1865. That is when we as Africans enslaved in the America was free. All of us were free. Please don't forget where you come from. Happy Juneteenth. Thank you.
We get another round of applause for Ms. Shelley Washington. That was an awesome history lesson on the birth of Juneteenth and what the flag means. All right, I would like to next introduce Russell Robinson, also known as Coach. He is a prominent and very supportive individual from Fairleigh Dickinson University. He's also an instructor there. I got the time to know Coach during my 5 years at Fairleigh Dickinson University, where I pursued my undergrad and master's degree. And he's here today to give us a lesson on Juneteenth and the importance of it. So, Russell Robinson, please. Everyone give him a round of applause. We can do better than that. Come on, everybody give him a round of applause. Please, please, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good afternoon. I'd like to say thank you for allowing me to speak to you all this afternoon. But I'd like to talk more about Juneteenth and what it means to me. While many cultures and nations will have liberation days, we put Juneteenth in that category. Then it is an anomaly. Almost all liberation holidays celebrate a fight for freedom. The 4th of July is in that category. But the premise of Juneteenth is to celebrate the giving of freedom, which is problematic because all humans are born free, is our human natural right. But knowing that, let's then give the Juneteenth the meaning that we use it to dedicate to the ideas of progress, especially moving toward a bright future. So not to forget racism of the past, but the use of this unique date to be committed to giving a future a full opportunity and hope to all, in particular the youth. And to do this, concrete actions need to be taken, both on the part of the community, society at large, and particularly the government, which in a democracy exists to serve and protect all citizens. On this holiday, set up to celebrate freedom, we shall ask, how far have we come, and how deep or meaningful are the current goals of diversity and inclusion? How too do we also square the celebration of diversity and the multiculturalism with the fact that the oldest outside the indigenous community is the only cultural or ethnic group who came against their will? While Juneteenth can be considered a worthy holiday, to have real meaning, it must be seen in the light of both these questions and ask also what we do as responsible Americans. My own view is yes, okay, let's celebrate or recognize, but at the same time keep in mind why this holiday exists. And more importantly, what is its significance to all that we want to pursue, that is the American dream, or at least the prospect of a better future. While each of us can have their own views on the holiday, let's try to agree that while respecting history, our focus and efforts must be on and look towards an improved future for all. To do that, we give the holiday the true meaning, and that it is supposed to represent and who it represents. While the holiday speaks to the freedom from enslavement, actually a negative base, let's use it instead to represent advancement and the same quest that everyone in this country has to gain opportunity and success, the birthright of all Americans. Thank you.
That's Russell Rebison, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Give him another round of applause. That was an amazing speech. Thank you, thank you. Okay, now we have one more guest in the lineup to speak, and I want to introduce Mr. Ed Decker from the SAC Alliance. I want to give him an opportunity to speak and, you know, grace the event. Thank you. A round of applause, everyone, please.
Thank you, Press. This is the second year that we've been honored to and asked to sponsor it, the Juneteenth event. We're proud to get involved with the community in this way and any other way that anyone can see. I am the vice chairman of the SAC Alliance. I also own Musically Yours on Main Street, so between the both of us, we got the sound system. We did it last year as well. And we got a bunch of t-shirts. You make sure you get them to everybody. We got a whole bunch of t-shirts we want to give to whoever wants one. And I want to remind everybody that the SAC Alliance is all in on the development of the downtown. We had a lot to do with the street getting flipped the other way and the development that's happening. So I'm at Musically Yours 6 days a week. So anybody who wants to come visit, we'd love to talk to you about whatever anybody wants to know about the development. We had a lot to do with it for the last 15 years. So again, thank you for letting us be part of this great event. We would be proud to continue to sponsor it in the years to come. Thank you.
I have a question.
What's the what?
Acronym SAC.
It's not an acronym for anything. It's something that, like Jason Soames, who's a big friend of Press's for years, when they actually, you want to know how it came about, the name? Okay. About 7 years ago, a marketing company had about 10 names that were being considered, and they paid a lot of money, and they interviewed however they did it and got different opinions, and they actually took a vote on different names. I remember one of them that was being considered was called No Foe, which was north of Route 4, or the Courthouse District. I remember there was about 10 names, and people voted on them, and the SAC won. And one of the reasons why I think the SAC won, according to people like Jason Soames, who have been around here for years, according to him, it had always been called the SAC. People would say, hey, there's a football game in the SAC. We're playing the SAC. It's Hackensack. That's all it is. But yeah, it was a process that, like I said, was vetted by thousands of people, got input on that, and that's the one that democratically won when people voted on it.
It makes sense.
Okay.
I'm not back and thank you.
All right, everybody. That was Ed. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again. So we're going to move into our intermission. And we have something exciting for you guys today. So one of our vendors here, Peter Rodon, he's going to be doing a live boxing demonstration on the court adjacent to this one. And then we'll also have a live Tai Chi demonstration by Ruben Brizuela. Forgive me if I botched your name, but this is interactive. You guys can join in. You guys can watch in a high intensity exercise. And if you guys have any questions or queries, these guys are professionals in their craft. So please feel free to join them, but we will be breaking for intermission in this time. Thank you. we're still in the intermission, but I wanted to turn the music down a bit so I can introduce Sergio from Kongwa, right? What Yi Kong?
Yi Sung-ga.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to butcher that. But Sergio's going to take over the microphone. They're going to do a live kung fu demonstration. This is going to be awesome. So we're still in intermission. You know, pay attention to us, guys. Get your food, get your refreshments, but you know, you don't want to miss this.
How's everybody doing today? Come on, how's everybody doing today? There we go. My name is Sergio Maken Lisboa. I'm a 5th generation disciple of the late Chinese folk hero Wang Fei Hung, and I brought my training brothers here with me today. We are Yi Sung-ga International Kung Fu Association. And we'd like to thank you guys for having us out here today. Today's a special day. It's an important day. History is important, right? Because with history, we can see our past achievements, but we can also see our failures. And all the atrocities that's happened in the past, we can look forward to change, understand, and become better people to one another, to learn how to understand each other, and learn how to live with one another. Hung Ga and Kung Fu in particular has a deep, outstanding history. They used to train the people in martial arts to battle against their oppressive government, right? And as martial artists, Yi Sung-ga, as we try to hold those same traditional martial arts virtues to this day: respect, honor, integrity, discipline, and sticking up and standing up for those who can't stand for themselves. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoy the show. Now we'll be going into the 5 animals of Hung Ga, starting with Sifu Green. He will be demonstrating the dragon form and try to see how the animals correlate with how we move. That's the dragon form. Trains all 3 levels, high, middle, low, because like the dragon, flies in the heavens, goes on earth, and also in the water. Next, I will be performing the snake style.
All right, within the same breath, Sergio is going to be demonstrating the tiger form. The tiger is known for its explosive power and its incredible structure. Right, good up for Sergio. There you go. Up next, we have Dan performing the leopard. Leopard being a smaller animal, Despite its size, it still manages to pull off its incredible speed. Way to go. Up. Last animal within the form is a crane. Crane specializes in using its balance to ensure that it has the most power it has with each strike. Up next, we have Eric performing Fuhak. Fuk. This is the second form within our system. It trains the power of fighting and uses different directions and different hands.
Give it up for Eric. Next, we will be doing something a little more fun for you guys, right? We'll be gonna go on to weapons, 2 weapon forms that we have for you. Now understand that these weapons, a lot of them from back then, they were just simple tools that the farmers had. Pitchforks, this you may consider a sword, but it was actually like a machete or a cutlass back then. So they use what they have to go against their oppressive government. So right now I'll be demonstrating the Darndao or Chinese broadsword. Now Sifu Green will be performing one of our black belt weapons, the Kwando. A very large and heavy weapon. Come on, make some noise for Green. That's impressive, no? Okay. Yeah. All we have is Ruben, and then we're bowing out. Yeah. One more time, make some noise. Also at our school, we have Ruben, who takes up Tai Chi, taught by one of my C-Hangs, one of my older training brothers on the weekends. And here he is, demonstrating one of his sets. So Tai Chi focuses more on the internal and using your opponent's momentum and weight against them, using little to no power whatsoever. And we are Yi's Hunga International Kung Fu Association, 68 Union Ave in Clifton. Everybody's more than welcome to come through. Check it out. Thank you guys for having us, and we're gonna bow out right now.
Round of applause for Yi's Hunga. And thank you, Sergio and Ruben, for coming today and making this event a lot more amazing. Well, I hope everybody got their food during the intermission. You know, between the boxing with Peter Rodon, the fast hands, and the amazing Kung Fu demonstration, I'm charged up. I kind of want to jump and kick something, but, you know, can't do that today. So right now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge and bring on Hackensack's very own Kaizen Fitness and its founder, Chris David. He's going to give us a dialogue on Black mental and physical health. He has a story to share with us today, and I want everyone to give him a warm welcome, please. Come on, make it warmer than that, guys. There you go. Gotta fight the wind chill.
Hi, everybody. All right, we're gonna try again. Hello, everybody. I don't know. We're gonna try one more time. Hello, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Chris David. I am the owner and founder of Kaizen Fitness, located on Main Street in Hackensack, right around the corner from the courthouse. Kaizen is a personal training facility. We focus on creating a path for you to reach the goal, whatever that goal is. If the goal is to run around and chase your grandchildren, we want your knees to be good and your hips to be nice and mobile to be able to do that. If you want to increase some speed, if you want to lose some body weight, you want to lose those COVID pounds, that's something else that we do there. Kaizen stands for continuous improvement through working practices. A lot of people hear the continuous improvement part, but a lot of people do not focus on through working practices. I haven't been to church in a while, but faith without works is dead is kind of where it's at, all right? If you do not put in the work in, no matter how many times you come and see me, you will not get to your goal. So this is you choosing a path for you. Today I want to go into two main topics. It's going to be very brief, but this impacts the Black community the most. And right now, you are 77% more likely as a Black man and or woman to develop diabetes. And a lot of us say that it is because of my mom had diabetes, so I have diabetes. My great-grandmother had diabetes, so I have diabetes. It is that you are not taking care of yourself the way you need to. We put 1,000,000 pounds of sugar. The mac and cheese, always hitting. The candy yams, bussin'. Everybody love a good candy yam, but you cannot have it every Sunday. And I'm not sitting there telling you to put your culture to the side because I'm a proud Black man and you put some ribs in front of me, I'm gonna knock them down. But we do have to make sure that we take care of ourselves. 1 second, sorry. Main causes for diabetes is lack of exercise, obesity, and diet, right? All of these tie in together, and we want to help our community live long, right? We want to be old enough to see our grandkids. We want to be old enough to run around with our grandchildren and have ourselves a blast. All right, I am not here to just give you information on the negatives, but give you a solution to move forward. Like I said, I am not telling you to put down the candy yams and mac and cheese, but bring it down to a minimum if possible. Well, it is possible. You have to choose that, right? You make the choice to make yourself better. Go for a walk after dinner. Run with your kids. Go outside. Find a way to be active. Find a way to get steps. Anybody here have a Fitbit, an Apple Watch, or something? Yeah. I know more of y'all got it. If you got an iPhone in your pocket right now, it's counting how many steps that you have. If you have left less than 2,000 steps by 1 o'clock today, we need you to move a little bit more. Today's message is that we need to elevate our community and move and live longer. Longevity is the key. We are here to live a healthy and prosperous life. I promise when I do have my child, he will be running around with me, and I will run around with his grandchildren. Well, with his children. If I'm here for his grandchildren, that's going to be crazy. Y'all definitely got to come to Kaizen if I'm here for that. All right. So what we do at Kaizen is teach you how to properly move forward, have a good time, live an amazing life, and incrementally make changes to live a better and healthier life. And that's what we're here for. Thank you so much. And you have yourselves a beautiful day.
Another round of applause for Chris David, everybody. One of the most fit guys in town. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes of music. We're gonna have, coming up is Chris Dunn. He is the founder of Substantial Elements Financial Group, and he is also a former Hackensack native. So DJ, hit the music. We're gonna relax for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna bring on Chris. Thank you. Well, I want to give you guys a quick heads up. We are going to be doing raffles soon, so please stick around. You don't want to miss that. It's a good opportunity to get involved in the summer program this year. That's free admission, free tuition. So now I would like to introduce a good friend of mine. His name is Chris Dunn, and he is the founder of Substantial Elements Financial Group. He's going to bless us today with a narrative and financial health. Chris, you have the microphone, by all means.
How's everybody doing today? Good. All right, so I'm here today to give you guys a little session on.
Hold on. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me. Attention, everybody that came out today. I need 5 minutes of your time, please. If you like money, you need to pay attention to this presentation. That should be everybody out here, right? You like money, you should pay attention right this moment. We're not going to be here all day. We're not going to hold you up all day, but you need to take in this information. Please give us 5 to 10 minutes of your time.
All right, guys. So what I'm going to explain to you guys is how to structure your credit report properly, okay? So how many of us have credit cards? Nobody? Nobody? Okay, you got a couple here. Okay. So do we know about keeping our utilization below 30%? We know about that? Okay. Do we know about the sweet spot? That sweet spot, 1 to 5%, 1 to 4%, around there. You always want to carry a little bit of debt, okay? Let's talk about age. At least 2 years of age on that credit card. If you have 5, that's excellent. You want to keep it 1 to 2 increase. If you have 0, that's beautiful. What else we got?
Credit score.
We got my phone. Credit score. Okay. So everybody thinks that just because you have an 800 credit score, you're able to obtain anything, right? But when it comes down to it, it comes down to the credit profile and what's on your credit profile. So if I have 10 store cards and I have an 800 credit score, it's going to be very different from a person who has a 760 credit score but has tier 1 banks like Chase, Bank of America, Citibank, Wells Fargo. Those are tier 1 banks. Those are the banks that you want on your credit profile. Also, you want a good mix of accounts on your credit profile. So revolving accounts, installment loans. Installment loans are things like mortgages, things like auto loans, things like personal loans. You want to have a good mix of credit. That's what's going to make you fundable. That's what's going to make you look good to these banks. So that's just the kind of the beginning steps to it. I brought my man Prada here. He knows a lot about the business credit side of things. So we work hand in hand together. I'm going to hand it over to Prada. He's going to give you a little bit of insight as well.
I hope I still got your attention, family. Please, a little bit more of your attention. Listen, I'm going to break it down, right? Chris is my man. Chris is usually on the back end, and he's at home, he's relaxing, right? But I'm gonna jump in y'all faces and let y'all know, whatever you're doing and you're not getting access to money, you're doing something wrong, right? There's banks on almost every corner that you drive around here in Hackensack. How much of the money is coming to you guys? How much loans and lines of credits are you guys obtaining? Probably none. And this is because you don't understand how to obtain the money. It's very simple. It starts with good credits. Just start there. How many of you guys know what your credit score is? What is it? It doesn't go up that high. What is it? 605.
Where are you looking at that? Credit Karma? Because that's not your FICO score. It's your Vantage score. No good.
Listen, it starts there. It starts from understanding what your credit score is and what to look like and what kind of data points you have, right? We don't have all day to teach a lesson about data points, but at the end of the day, you first need to at least pull your credit, right? Get identity IQ. Get FICO, my FICO score. Understand what your credit looks like, okay? From there, you start building credit. The data points is what's gonna get you guys denied or approved at the bank. It's that simple, right? Just a few correct data points, a credit card, an installment loan. And you guys are gonna ask me, well, I don't have any credit, so how do I get credit? Well, if you have a 9 to 5, that means you could provide a couple dollars to your credits to start building it by getting a secure card, a secured loan, right? Letting that thing age out 6 months, you'll already be eligible for loans and lines of credit, okay? And now, you'll be able to go to the banks to get $50,000 to $100,000, $150,000 to actually invest into different businesses and not just be on the bench anymore, right? There's so many new businesses starting out here. I see food trucks, I see logistic companies, I see storefronts. You guys can do the same thing. I know you guys have dreams and aspirations, but you're probably like, well, I don't have the money to do so, right? When a new idea comes around, you start getting ignorant to it. You close your ears like, I don't want to hear about it because I don't have the money to do it. Well, I'm telling you, you guys have the choice to do it, right? You actually have the ability to do it because the other people that's going to the banks, they don't know anything different from you. They're not better or worse than you. It's just the fact that the data points are matching up on their credit reports. You guys can do the same, all right? So I really want everybody who's interested in getting money, investing in themselves, investing in their communities, building a better future for the families and themselves alike, to come and speak to us. Let's have a 5-minute conversation about how you can actually obtain these data points I'm talking about to start getting $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 from the banks. And I'm talking about without having any financials, right? I'm not telling you guys to already have a business that's making $100,000, then go to the banks and say, oh, wait, I have $100,000. Can you loan me $100,000? These programs I'm talking about are called no-doc programs. You go to the bank with the right data points, the right paperwork, and you can get access to 50 grand without showing any documentation to say that you're already making 50 grand. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I know it may sound confusing, but it's really real. There's nobody in our community that's talking like this. There needs to be more people like this. You guys need people in your corners just to speak like this. My name is Prada Jones. If you guys are on Instagram, follow me, Prada Jones _. I show up every day just to deliver some information to the communities about what's going on out here when it comes to these banks. I show up every day. I give the most tips. Listen, you could probably fix your credit just from watching my Instagram page by yourself. You don't need to pay a company. You don't need to pay anybody to do it. You can do it by yourself just by watching the Instagram page. I don't go up there and do TikTok dances. I go up there and deliver information every day that'll help us to get to the next level. All right? So if you guys are serious about your futures, you're serious about getting to this bag, you're serious about accessing $50,000, $100,000, $150,000, $250,000 without any credentials, tap in with me. Tap in with me and Chris. We got you guys, seriously. And we're not even asking for no money. We're just trying to deliver information at this point. Because if you win, I win. We win together as a community. We can build together, right? Real quick before I leave, it's something that I like to talk about, which is group economics, right? There's buildings around here that may cost $1 million. And you're like, I can't access that. I cannot buy that building, right? But if it's 10 of us in the room, and that we all know how to access $100,000, I get 100, you get 100, the next 8 people get $100,000, we have $1 million now. We could go tackle that building. We could go renovate that building. We could fix and flip that building. And was that $1 million building, after it's fixed and flipped, we probably walk off with $3-4 million. Okay? So it's not about, oh, I can't afford it or I can't do it myself. You shouldn't want to do it by yourself, right? Group economics. Teamwork makes the dream work. You've heard it before, but this is reality now. Let's do it, all right? Let's get active, family.
I appreciate you, Prada. I just want to thank the city of Hackensack for having me. I want to thank Press for inviting me. Very good guy. Everybody, definitely give it a round of applause for Press for showing up today, doing this whole event. Appreciate you, Press.
Well, you know, what we say, I do it for the community, and I don't mean just, you know, community by race or affiliation, but the Hackensack community. I'm here to serve, and I want to make an impact, and I think that's what we all are trying to do at the end of the day.